I do genuinely believe this is coming from a psychosexual place. And his only interest is finding out ways to justify, like, grievance and punishment in response. Wow, now is the time for me to talk about how Twitch banned me for saying Frogan's fat. Bald-ass, grown-ass, 30-some-year-old man, you gotta get off the internet. You gotta just go. You gotta leave. I'm asking you nicely to just leave. Thank you. Who paid off a judge to let out some schizophrenic black guy who thinks he's being controlled by a government device? Who the fuck bribing the judge to let that guy out? What? You're displaying your state of mind here. You're displaying your state of mind.
Right. I love black people. They're great. But...
Alright, so, guys, hopefully, we're all aware that Charlie Kirk was shot yesterday. Hope we're all aware of that. I need to fill everyone in on the whole story there. Shooter still at large as of right now. But in the wake of this, Tectone decided to tweet, I can feel myself becoming more radicalized. Okay? So Tectone, as well, I feel like Asmongold is the best place to start with Tectone. Asmongold has decided relatively recently that he's an accelerationist, okay? He has decided to be full-throated, avowed accelerationist. So, he will literally say on his stream, I support the most extreme action, I support the most extreme things all the time, I will literally pick the most extreme position, because I think the system should be destroyed, I think everything should be, you know, rebirthed in fire, I don't care who dies, like, all this shit, like, that is literally, like, how Asmongold talks about shit. So, Tectone, being an Asmongold skinwalker, being completely devoid of any personality of his own, is following completely in those footsteps and just working his way towards being, like, avowed, like, far-right, essentially. Yeah, that's what Asmongold talks. Yeah, Asmongold says all that shit. But he's doing this bullshit song and dance on his way there. This absolutely embarrassing song and dance, where he's pretending that he has just, like, no agency, right? So Tectone has had many opportunities. Tectone spoke to Destiny recently, for instance. I don't like Destiny, obviously everyone knows that. But Tectone spoke to Destiny recently. And Tectone had plenty of opportunity, despite claiming he doesn't know a lot about politics, but he feels quite strongly about some things. Plenty of opportunity to talk about his issues with current politics, with lefties and all this shit, when he was talking to Destiny. Chose not to. Chose to shy away from almost everything, like a total submissive bitch the entire conversation. Much like he did, you know, with Erudite, he just used it as a chance to bemoan his situation and play victim, like he very often does. So he's chosen not to actually take a stance on his politics whenever given the opportunity to, whenever given the opportunity to maybe learn more or be challenged in any way. He chooses not to. Instead, he does this bullshit pussy signaling in a bunch of his videos and on Twitter, where he's like, oh, I'm becoming right-wing now. I'm going to be a really crazy right-winger soon, guys. You have no idea. And it's just very embarrassing. So here he says, I can feel myself becoming more radicalized. And then even more embarrassing is this complete fucking moron, clout-seeking reptile, Erudite, comes in and says, don't. That's what radicals want. In hard times, strong people with deep principles have to stand up. Is that you, Erudite? Is that you? Is that you? That ain't you. So, following that, Tectone has released a video talking about Charlie Kirk's assassination, which was preceded by a video called I Am Disgusted, which is about the killing of that Ukrainian woman on public transport in America recently. So we're going to watch these two. We're going to watch Charlie Kirk one first. See what he has to say.
Hey guys, sorry about the shit quality on my phone, but I just have a lot of thoughts about what's going on in the world right now. You know, I got a chest and sternum tattoo today for 4.5 hours, and I thought that was going to be the most pain that I felt today. And then, well, in case you didn't check the news or Twitter, or God forbid you check Blue Sky, Charlie Kirk was assassinated live in front of hundreds of people with a bullet to the neck for about 25 minutes. People thought there might be a chance of him surviving. Anybody who saw the footage would know that was definitely not going to be the case. recommend you not
So
look
yeah,
into
literally
it.
saying it alting off rip, like
We've
yeah, the
seen
pensive delivery. That I'm so cut up about this. All right,
of
man.
death lately, whether that be the multiple white women who have been slaughtered like dogs on public transit or in parks. And you have Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated.
Like the emphasis on white women. The emphasis on white women. Are white women more at risk of dying on public transport than other people? I don't think that's true, is it? I think women are actually disproportionately underrepresented in murders, is my understanding. It's usually, you know, black men killing other black men. That's typically, you know, as far as I understand it, a lot of violence, especially on places like public transport, that's typically what it tends to be. Not a lot of white women, usually. Now, obviously, because you obviously care about white women more than anything else, because when you are presented a bunch of pictures of kind of like a attractive-looking white woman, it lights that fire in you. It lights that, you know, you get sent into this psychosexual rage where it's like all these blacks and these Muslims and these Mexicans are coming over and raping and killing the white women. I should be the one. The white women. That's how Tectone feels. That's how Tectone gets when he sees these posts. Yeah, it sends him into a just complete blind. Yo, he's like Yugi. He's like Yugi. He's like, oh, it should have been me. It should have been me, not him. That's Tectone every time he sees a migrant. Okay. But I do genuinely believe this is coming from a psychosexual place. All of these, like, super hardcore, like, fear-mongering about black people killing white women or Middle Easterners raping white women, or whatever it is they're talking about, it comes from a psychosexual place. It's almost never borne out in the statistics that it's, like, disproportionately that way, or even, like, increasingly so, or whatever. It's always just, like, this specific veneration of, like, white women, white teenage girls. That's a weird one. That they have a specific focus on, a specific obsession with. And it comes, I truly believe, from a sexual place with a lot of these guys. I think they're just like, you know, it just totally takes over. It just totally takes over. And they think other people don't see it. But we do. We see it. We see it.
Bullet to the throat. What's happening in the world right now is deeply unsettling. It has really slowly started to change me how awful the world is right now. And by the way, if you've been on Blue Sky, yes, in fact, Charlie's death is being celebrated by far too many people for me to be comfortable with this fact.
Guys, can you imagine, please, just for a moment, close your eyes, imagine Twitter if Hassan had been shot yesterday. Imagine. Just imagine. And we're supposed to sit here and pretend it's so heinous that, oh, there's some trans people on Blue Sky that are saying retarded, insane shit like they always are. I don't give a fuck. I really could not give a fuck. You are not going to get self-flagellation and virtue signaling out of me on that.
In case you don't know who Charlie is, he was a right-leaning political commentator. Some might even say he was a far-right political commentator because he's not supporting terrorism, so that means he's a fucking Nazi. Oh my God. Yeah. Charlie Kirk was one of the few political commentators who really kept it fair. And what I mean by that is he's a commentator who wouldn't be there to shove his opinions or his thoughts or his beliefs down your throats or anybody else's. He is someone who believed in a civil discussion. Where he was...
Dude, he obviously believes in civil discussion. It's just changed my mind. It just changed my mind. Obviously, it's honest debate. Obviously. I'm 85 IQ and I don't understand what Charlie Kirk's project was. I'm a legitimate human midwit who truly doesn't understand what Charlie Kirk's political project was. I think it was just honest debate. It was just about honest debate, going around having honest debate about moderate right-leaning positions. It totally wasn't about, you know, farming endless TikTok propaganda clips of the dumbest college students you can find to push the most authoritarian regime in like modern American history. Of course, it wouldn't be that. Wouldn't be that. Wouldn't be that. No, it was honest debate. It was honest debate. That's why he spent so much time talking to fucking teenagers. Because it was about honest debate and, you know, finding the best opponent and getting into the truth. Find out what the real good policy prescriptions were. Wow. Awesome.
Sit down with a peer, where he'd sit down with someone in opposition to him. Regardless of your viewpoint, he was very much down to talk.
Except Fuentes. Except Fuentes.
Recently, where I watched his debate and discussion upon gun safety. And it's very nice to see someone who was willing to put aside their political belief differences and just talk to people as people and come to a mutual understanding of why you believe this, why I believe that, and maybe we can meet somewhere in the middle, or maybe we'll stay on opposing sides. Regardless.
Like, really, this is your impression of Charlie Kirk? That was not the point of Turning Point. That was not why Turning Point existed. It was not for honest debate. What the fuck are you talking about? You would have to be legitimately retarded to believe this.
They were just there to present their beliefs. I believe the first talk on what he was doing at the college campus, which they're calling a school shooting, by the way. It's not a school shooting. If you call it a school shooting, you're a retard. It's an assassination. It was a very intentional, very deliberate assassination.
It wasn't a school, though. And it was a shooting.
He was talking about what was going on between, like, you know, the black-on-white crime, I believe. I haven't seen the full video yet. And I believe he was about to talk about the transgender shootings and, well, how apropos that's when that happened. And I think that the feeling of blue sky celebrating a man's death because you don't share their political views. You're a disgusting fuck. No one, and I mean this, no one deserves to die because they have a different political belief than you. You can jail them if you want, if it's truly that severe and they act on it, but it's just a guy who didn't do anything wrong other than present a different point of view and was honestly the most civil person to do it. No one else was willing to debate anybody in the way that Charlie was. No one
What is this delusion? This isn't the case. Like, I get it. He didn't deserve to die. Obviously, he didn't fucking deserve to die. Obviously, the stuff he was doing was not justify shooting him. 100%, that's obviously the case. Why do we have to do this bullshit laundering of his reputation, where it's like, oh, yeah, he was just an honest debater? No, he wasn't. No, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? It's so shameful. It is so shameful. It's like, it's Floydism. It's Floydism. They've adopted Floydism. The AI image of Charlie Kirk and George Floyd shaking hands in heaven is just so real. It's like people, you know, it's the same in both cases. Like, yeah, George Floyd wasn't a saint. Didn't deserve to die, but was not this, like, you know, great fucking awesome guy. You know, he had a counterfeit bill and he was a drug addict and he mugged a pregnant woman and etc. etc. You know, he wasn't a great guy, but he didn't deserve to die. Charlie Kirk, same thing. He wasn't a great guy, but he didn't deserve to die. But for some reason, they can't take that. Instead, it has to be, like, Charlie Kirk was literally, he was like a bastion of democracy and free discourse. No, he was like a total Trump shill, pushing like the Project 2025, Heritage Foundation, all the Israel's interests. Like, he was totally bought into all this shit. He was so in deep with all that shit. And I'm supposed to sit here and pretend what? No, he was just a TikTok debater? No, he was a propagandist. He was a propagandist who set up a political organization, political action organization to indoctrinate teenagers into conservatism. That's what he was.
Was willing to sit down and talk to people and try to get to a mutual understanding like Charlie was.
Not even conservatism. Actually, I feel like indoctrinating conservatism is even too kind. I wouldn't have as much of a problem with it if it was just conservatism. But it's not. It's MAGA. It's like the MAGA, like, rape all institutions, you know, tear up all international agreements. Like, it is like the most destructive, disgusting human ideology that we have kicking around right now. Not even as coherent as being a Nazi. You know? It's like, it's bottom of the barrel shit. Truly.
He wasn't a radical extremist. He was a very reasonable man. And he was killed. Slaughtered. And I'm sorry, guys, from the IRNA Zarutsky footage to the Charlie Kirk footage. I'm deeply unsettled. However, I'm very grateful that I'm still alive, and I want to let you know that if you're out there, never take your life for granted and appreciate those you have around you before they're gone, because right now there are people being hunted like dogs, and it's deeply unsettling. I think the reaction from the news is an absolute fucking joke. People are trying to sympathize with killers. To Carlos Brown, who killed Irna, they're saying, yeah, but what made him like that? Well, you don't understand how he felt. What the fuck are we doing? What
made him like that is a totally legitimate question to ask in almost any murder case. Almost any time someone commits a heinous crime, what made them like that is a totally legitimate question to ask. If you don't ask what made them like that, then you won't be able to answer, how do you stop other people from doing it? Right? You want to get to the root cause of an issue, generally. You want to get to, why did this person, why did this crazy black guy get to a point in his life where he's in like his, whatever, late 30s or some shit, schizophrenic, believing that the government is dropping off devices at his home to control his actions, lashing out at some random white woman on the subway and slashing her throat. What gets a guy to that point? And how do we stop that happening in the future? Totally reasonable line of thinking. But they don't want that. But they don't want you to ask that question. Tectone doesn't want you to ask that question because he's not concerned about deaths on public transport. He's not concerned about crime rates. He's truly not. He has a psychosexual obsession with a story he saw on the news of a white woman getting killed, and he saw her Instagram photos and thought, I'd do that, essentially. He saw her Instagram photos and thought that. So he now has a psychosexual obsession with this story, and his only interest is finding out ways to justify, like, grievance and punishment in response. And that's what all the people that speak about this shit are doing. All the gammons that cry about fucking migration shit all the time. It's always what's fucking going on. It's always what's fucking going on. Anytime someone gets obsessed over these individual cases of violence, it's always what is happening.
What are we doing where we are sympathizing with fucking murderers? What are we doing when websites are protecting people from being called fat and ugly and a whore?
So this is about, we are in the middle of a video about how Charlie Kirk has been shot in the neck and how a Ukrainian woman had her throat slashed, and Tectone thinks, wow, now is the time for me to talk about how Twitch banned me for saying Frogan's fat. This is actually all about how I got banned from Twitch.tv because I couldn't stop making aggressive sexual comments towards female streamers. Because I couldn't stop talking about how I want to jerk off to Denim's own... I don't know, like I said, I am actually streaming Twitch right now. But, you know what I'm saying? He was saying all this shit. He couldn't stop himself. Because he couldn't stop himself shouting the F slur on stream. Because he couldn't stop himself threatening to kill viewers. Because he couldn't stop himself doing that. This is actually all about him, guys. It's actually all about him, okay? This is a Charlie Kirk thing. It's actually all about him, alright?
Punishing people for calling for the deaths of our senators as well as the citizens, as well as radicalizing audiences to enact violence while recording themselves breaking the fucking law. Are we all seeing the same fucking shit online? Are we... Guys, I have been banned for nearly 2 months total over the past 4 months for calling people names, yet there are people out there calling for the deaths of other people, political figures, and attempting to radicalize and weaponize their fucking audience to hurt people and kill them, who have gone unpunished. What the fuck are we doing?
Wait, sorry. Just quick, brief aside, what's this? So, Asker Groiper says, I wish I was nicer to Charlie. Today I found out I'm not a very good person. There is a new future ahead of all of us. Lead by Charlie and his example of how to do things better. Your posts today have touched me. Thank you. I'm going to be more anti-Semitic, actually. Never mind, then. Always keep them guessing. That's based. That's based.
What is possibly going on in the world today? This is disgusting. It is. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. It's pathetic. It's a joke. I can literally feel in real time myself becoming radicalized because this country is forcing me to. These people are forcing me to.
Like, see here, they're forcing me to become radicalized. Dude, you are itching for any excuse to just copy Asmongold and go into the full acceleration shit, or to do like Fuentes grift. You have been signaling it for so long. You are itching for any fucking excuse to do this. And you're doing this bullshit pussy. Absolutely, truly, your dad should be fucking ashamed of you. You do not even have the spine to grope a woman, I fear. You do not even have the spine to abuse your subordinates. Your father should be truly, genuinely disappointed in how much of a spineless pussy you are. Getting on stream, getting on video, and going, they're forcing me to be radicalized. They're forcing me to be radical. They're forcing me to become a right-winger. They're forcing me. Have some fucking agency. Are you a grown fucking 30-some-year-old man? Bald-ass, grown-ass, 30-some-year-old man? Or are you some fucking, like, what, retarded child? That's truly how you're acting. You're acting like a disabled child. You're acting like you're in a fucking wheelchair. They're forcing me to. No one's forcing you to do shit, Tectone. You are rich. You are famous. You have all the agency in the world. You have all the agency in the world. And yet you choose to do this. You choose to behave this way. You choose to continue being a total fucking loser. And then you go, they're forcing me. They're forcing me. Nobody forcing you to do shit, bro. If you want to be fucking radical, own being radical. Just fucking do it already. Just be an extremist. What is the pussy trying to build pretense? It's embarrassing. It's truly fucking embarrassing.
Because the people in charge are a fucking joke. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere. The system is broken. I don't believe it's beyond repair. But this needs to change. We are valuing people's feelings over their safety.
What does that even mean?
The worst thing that I've ever done is call someone fat, call someone a whore, and then said, kill yourself to a chatter. And I am one of the most punished people on the internet for how long I've been banished for. And you have people on the internet calling for
so embarrassing
death of people online and falsely calling people rapists.
He thinks he's like Fuentes. He thinks he's like Fuentes. Tectone, you are on YouTube with 1 million subs. You're on Twitch. You're on Kick. You can say anything you think and you almost never get in trouble. Only when you deliberately get in trouble do you get in trouble. And you're pretending you're one of the most banished people online. You're not, bro. You've got everything. You've got no problem.
On a daily basis. Do we not understand what's going on here? You all have been fed so many lies.
Wow, so
that
true.
you will believe your entire life because the people in charge want you to believe those lies. They want to keep you underneath
Who's in charge? Wait, who's in charge, Tectone?
Everything that they're saying is the truth. And you want to know the reality is, guys, the people who really want you to think that they're a good person, those are the worst people.
Dude, it's so crazy. He says this so often when he literally is always demanding that people see him as a good person. He is always saying, it's so crazy people say these things about me when I'm such a good person. I'm such a good person. I always help everyone out. And yet he says this all the time as well. How does this make any fucking sense? His viewers eat this shit up too. It's so crazy.
And I find it so fucking ridiculous that all these fucking libs who say, oh man, we're the side of peace, understanding, and tolerance. Yeah. It's been very good seeing all that peace, love, and tolerance while you celebrate the death of a innocent fucking man and how you make fun of Irna, a innocent fucking civilian, being slaughtered on public transit. What a fucking joke. I feel disgusted. I feel ashamed. And this was a horrible day, not just for America, but for everybody on this goddamn fucking planet. Something needs to change very soon. Thoughts and prayers to Charlie's family. Thoughts and prayers to Charlie himself. You are a wonderful human being. You were gone far too soon. And I am so sorry this happened to you, Charlie. If you are watching this video, I know today's been very hard.
So much. I
It's been hard for the past week.
I truly hate this guy.
Even I, who I'm trying to get myself, I'm trying to rewire my brain and how I think about things and trying to fix myself. But I see all this nastiness in the world, and it doesn't discourage me. It motivates me to come back even stronger when I do. Shout outs to Zach and his dad. I hope you guys are doing the best you can.
Okay, man.
There's a lot of pain in this world right now, and they're going to try
Shouts to Zach.
divide us.
All right, man.
Stay strong together. If you're watching this video, I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for watching. God bless America. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
I actually can't stand this guy. All right, and then we've got the other one. So this is the one about the Ukrainian woman.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Angry, Loud, Bald Guy, White Guy. Oh god, white in 2025.
A lot of white mentions. A lot of white mentions. Really focused on the white part. This guy really getting fixated on the white stuff, I'm noticing.
Bald guy yells at the internet. In case anybody's wondering, how am I doing? Honestly, I'm doing pretty good. I'm like, what? I'm like past like the strings. How do I say this without spoiling anything? I'm at the point in Silksong where there's a bunch of bugs attached to a bunch of strings. That's where I'm at. Just beat that boss. Great game, having a blast. I broke my bench PR. Don't want to reveal how much, but anyways, I've been on break for maybe about 8 days now, 9 days now. For me, it feels like an eternity. I fucking miss content creation so much, and anybody who's following my Twitter sees that. I've been a fucking menace on Twitter today, man. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah.
Most miserable man on earth, and he constantly talks about how great he's doing. Yeah, he is like a mentally ill fucking loser who is like literally has everything he could possibly ask for and is still miserable and empty. And he just like lashes out while insisting that he's actually super happy. It's like disgusting. It's like truly, you are like actually a fucking human. You are genuinely like, you gotta get off the internet. You gotta just go. You gotta leave. I'm asking you nicely to just leave. Thank you.
Happy-go-lucky stuff aside, and fun stuff aside, there's been, I mean, if you're living under a rock, or if you only look at mainstream media news on the fucking TV, you're not seeing any of this shit. But if you're on Twitter, you're seeing this. Guys,
is it crazy how CNN don't do rolling coverage of every fucking murder?
In real life.
Guys, is it crazy how CNN don't do like 24-hour coverage of every murder, just flashing up Twitter memes on the screen, flashing up all the fan theories that the Twitter users are coming up with on the screen for 24 hours? Dude, CNN are like covering that up. CNN are like covering it up because they don't report on every fucking murder on public transit on a 24-hour cycle.
But in case you don't know, I'm about to tell you what happened. And there was a woman by the name of Irina Zaruski. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm probably not.
Fuck.
This
Whoops.
woman, 23-year-old woman from Ukraine, escaped her war-torn country with the Putin war going on in Ukraine, came to America, is riding public transit, and a man by the name of DeCarlos Brown
Never turn the light off again.
3 times, repeatedly, a little bit underneath the neck. She bleeds out in fear, completely horrified, and she slowly
Can you show this? I don't know what you
can
can show of this.
And no one really got up to help her whatsoever, and this woman is dead now. Now, the reason why this is so insane, one, some of the factors that people were talking about is this was a black man who killed a white woman. And this is very important to talk about.
Is it?
Don't make it about race. Don't make it about race. Well, unfortunately, I'm not the one making it about race. After DeCarlos Brown killed this woman, he was muttering to himself repeatedly.
Dude, is this actually... I haven't followed, like, a lot of the discourse on this. Because this is, like, legitimately the most easy, open and shut case in the world. Right? It is, like, so obvious that this is, like, one of those fuck-ups where it's a mentally ill person that was violent, that wasn't cared for properly, wasn't in any kind of mental health hold or anything like that. Should have been, but there wasn't really criminal cause to detain them or anything before the murder. So it's like kind of a fucked situation that you can't really do a whole lot about without changing like how we approach like mental illness like completely. But there's, as far as I can tell, the race angle is like non-existent. The guy says, I got the white girl. I got a white girl, or something like that as he's walking away. And that's like the whole basis for why they're saying it's like a racial hate crime or something. And they're saying it's like a political killing. When the guy believed that the government was delivering objects to control his mind. And you're attributing like an ideological motivation to this guy. I just don't know that's very intelligent. It's like a very, in fact, I know that's a very unintelligent way of looking at it. Very, very stupid. It's like incredibly stupid.
Got that white girl. I got that white girl. Not good. This is about the third white woman that has died by a black man in the past 72 hours, alone, slaughtered, which is really worrying a lot of the internet. And I'm going to give my full... It's about the third white woman that has died by a black man in the past 72 hours.
Okay, and how many other people died to black men in that 24 hours? How many other types of people died to black men in that 24 hours? My vibe is white women actually probably quite low on the list of like people killed by black men. I'm getting the feeling black men gonna be up here. White men, Hispanic men, somewhere around here. White women probably gonna be down here somewhere. That's my feeling. That's just my my feeling based on the data that I've seen before. This is the third white woman in 24 hours. Yeah, like the 500th black man in 24 hours.
Alone, slaughtered, which is really worrying a lot of the internet. And I'm going to give my full opinion on what this all means. Sorry if I seem all over the place. I rarely ever get truly bothered by things that I see.
In a country of 330 million, like...
I rarely ever post about things like this, but I might start doing this more often because I'm seeing a lot of content creators afraid to talk about this unless they're already in this field of space.
Why mention black women? Because nobody cares. Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, is when Tectone thinks white woman, he thinks, I want to fuck/violate her consent. But I assume, I'm just guessing, I'm just inferring. I don't know that to be true, obviously I can't know his state of mind, but I'm inferring that he wants to violate the consent, based on some other statements I've heard. So Tectone thinks like that. That's the way Tectone sort of thinks. And so he thinks that when he hears white woman, that's like target. That's like red meat. If you say black woman to Tectone, it's not really getting that same response. It's like black woman, he's thinking like Shaniqua, he's thinking overweight. He's thinking like loud, you know, standing around in the doorway of the convenience store. He's thinking like on their phone in public. Yeah, that's what he's thinking. He's not thinking like hot young Ukrainian girl, you know? So if he hears black woman dies, not very interesting. White woman dies, it's like, I should have been okay.
This is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen because the entire system of America is completely broken. You may not be from America, you may not care, so if you're from Europe or some other country, feel free to laugh at Americans. DeCarlos Brown was a man who was a repeat offender.
It should have been me. It should have been me, not him.
Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. No. We're already past Super Saiyan 4. Goku would shudder in fear. We are already past the 7th stage of Ultra Instinct. This man was released 16 times.
For what?
A repeat offender.
For what?
16 times.
What was his last charge, Tectone?
Are you telling me?
What was he on bail for? What was he on bail for? It's like 10 years since his last felony or whatever. So it was like 10 years between offences. There was like 1 assault against his sister that no charges were pressed for because it was obviously a family assault. They probably didn't, you know, in like that gap. And then he had a nuisance 911 call at the start of the year. The nuisance 911 call. that he was on cashless, that he got out on cashless bail for. Not exactly the sort of thing that you can just lock someone up and throw away the key for. Not exactly quite the sort of thing that we typically just say life for. Nuisance 911 calls. But for some reason, everyone wants to pretend like he had an offense at the start of this year and he was still out in public. Yeah. Yeah.
That someone can commit a crime.
Remember, you live in a free society. See, it's interesting, isn't it? How Charlie Kirk, in those clips of him talking about gun control, says, what does he say? Gun violence is a natural outcome of a free society. If you want a Second Amendment, there are going to be gun deaths, and that's worth it. Just like, if you want a First Amendment, there are going to be political assassinations. There's going to be political violence, and it's worth it. Just like, if you want a functioning criminal justice system, a functioning judicial system, there are going to be people who are out on the street despite being slightly dangerous, and that's worth it. Obviously. I thought this is obvious, no? But I guess they all hate Charlie Kirk. I guess people like Tectone just want to piss on the grave of Charlie Kirk, who died living his values, died for the Constitution, died believing that, you know, you shouldn't have your guns taken away. It's worth it to have some assassinations. You shouldn't have your speech taken away. It's worth it to have some assassinations. They just want to piss on Charlie Kirk's grave. They just want to disrespect the memory of American hero Charlie Kirk on the day after the national tragedy of 9/10.
Times, even the same one, a multitude of times, and be released over and over and over and over again. And the more I look into it, the angrier I get. Allegedly, the court judge was also black, who let this man let go. Apparently, she was paid off to do so, and this man walked free and killed an innocent woman. Now, I want you to imagine this. And there's a lot of mirrors.
Who paying off a judge to let out some schizophrenic black guy who thinks he's being controlled by a government device? Who the fuck bribing the judge to let that guy out? What?
To George Floyd. The George Floyd thing happened several years ago, which sparked the, whole Black Lives Matter movement. This is a very similar but different scenario because George Floyd had a criminal history. He was on many different types of narcotics, lots of fentanyl in his system. He even held. Yeah,
Tectone and Esmagod have just decided they're doing like far right accelerationism. It's just like they've decided that ages ago. Now they're building up pretense to be like, I'm being really radicalized now. I'm being really radicalized. It's actually over now, guys, okay? I'm really radicalized now. When they've been like that for ages. They've just been pussy about it.
At gunpoint, very different scenario between George Floyd and Irina Zaruski. Due to the fact that this woman wasn't guilty of any of these previous charges. She had no criminal past. The only thing she was guilty of
is pissing on the grave of St. Kirk.
She got on public transit. She even had a Black Lives Matter flag in her room. She even had the I Can't Breathe in reference, paying homage to George Floyd. And she was murdered in cold blood.
I don't even know that's confirmed. I don't even know this is confirmed.
Concealed outfit. She was not dressed any type of sexual way.
Important detail.
She was not mumbling any type of racist rhetoric. She was a normal girl. And I'm trying not to get too upset about this. And this is why I'll never do good in the political scenes, because I have too much empathy. I have too much empathy for the people who I care about. And seeing this girl who was fully dressed, fully covered up. This was a beautiful, beautiful girl from Ukraine. Gorgeous. Wearing a hat to cover her hair. Looking down to make sure she doesn't attract any attention. Long sleeve shirt. Long pants. And she was just on her way back from her job. I believe she worked at a pizzeria. Browsing her phone. Long day.
I'm telling you, it's psychosexual. It 100% is.
Attention. Long sleeve shirt. From Ukraine. Gorgeous. Wearing a hat to cover her hair. Looking down to make sure she doesn't attract any attention.
Just head to toe in a niqab. Just like all women should be.
She was just
like all women should be, right, Tectone?
From her job.
Throw in the fucking niqab.
Pizzeria. Browsing her phone. Long day. browsing the TikTok.
She was killed, and she wasn't even wearing, you know, like, slut clothing, so she didn't even deserve it. Like, Tectone, what are we saying? What does this matter, man? What does this matter, truly? You're displaying your state of mind here. You're displaying your state of mind. It's bad enough that a girl got stabbed on public transport. Yes, that sucks. It's really bad. It's really fucked up for her family. It's really fucked up that she was a Ukrainian refugee who fled to America to try and be safe and was killed there. It's really fucked up. It's obviously a fucked up, tragic story. What's with all the psychosexual shit, man? We get it. You saw some pictures of her on her Instagram where she's not wearing a bra, and you're like, oh wow. But why are you making this whole speech about how she didn't show off in public? What's the deal?
Not making eye contact with anybody, just sitting down, minding her own business, and this fucking monster, this fucking animal, sits there mumbling to himself on a window, pulls out his knife, looks at it.
Like the animal language as well. It's just like, it's all just dripping in like psychosexual fascination. It just is, man.
This woman with no remorse. And the only reason why this woman was killed, because she was white. And I think it's awful.
I don't think she was killed for being white. I do not believe that's what happened. I do not believe that's what happened. I don't believe that guy was thinking, or even if he was thinking, or there's no way to know what he was thinking, truly. But he was a schizophrenic. He was a schizophrenic who believed the government was controlling his actions through a device they delivered to him. The idea that this is motivated by a hateful ideology or a specific racial animus is really just not supported at all. That's not supported at all. Just because he said, I got the white girl afterwards, he described her as white. You know, it could be that he targeted her for being white in his deranged mind. It could equally be that this guy thinks he's being gang-stalked, and he thinks he's talking to a group of government agents in the train, and he's saying, I got the white girl, distinguishing them from the other groups of agents in the train. It's very, you know, this is like quite TI stuff, you know, targeting individual gang stalkers. They talk like this quite a lot of the time. The idea that it's specific racial animus, that you can say it's specific racial animus because he said the white girl, got the white girl. He didn't misunderstand the story. This is dishonest. It's dishonest from all of them. They're all doing this. So they all do this. They just want to ramp up as much of a just like narrative of a bunch of blacks and browns coming to women as they can, because that is just it's like the ultimate fantasy for them. It's like the ultimate fantasy is they get to be the violent extremist leader against a horde of black and brown people who are coming to their women. That is like the ultimate fantasy for a guy like Tectone. And then he saves them, and then they have to sleep with him because he saved them. Like, it's like, so this is truly how the mind works. This is truly how I believe the mind works.
I think it's ridiculous that so many content creators are afraid to talk about this. I've lost a lot of friends for saying that I'm proud to be white. I've lost a lot of friends for saying I think America's honestly doing pretty decent. I've lost a lot of friends for merely saying it is okay to be white. And I think it is absolutely fucking ridiculous how much our society wants to impose this white guilt on us.
Just messaging my friends. Just like, texting my friends, just like, hey man, it's okay to be white. What? What are you saying? It's okay to be white, man. It's okay to be white. Alright. He doesn't reply next time. Dude, I've lost friends just for saying it's okay to be white. I've lost friends just for saying it's okay to be white. You wouldn't guess, man. You wouldn't believe it.
And how we have to feel bad for every other race, and we have to be told our entire lives that we have it all, we get it all for free, our lives are easy, our lives are a fucking joke. I want to make this very clear.
I start every day by saying to myself in the mirror, it's okay to be white.
Check my Twitter, check my live streams. I'm not going to lie. 70% of my friends are black. I don't have that one black friend. Like, all of my friends are black. Like, legit. Zenith, Zizix, Harold, just to name a few. Right? I love black people. They're great. But the problem is, for some reason, whenever there's a white on black crime, oh my God! Holy fuck! Let's make every white person on Earth feel horrible about this and call for the death of all white people. Black on white crime.
When does that happen? Dude, what world is he living in? Dude, what is he on about? You feel personally bad when a white person kills a black person? Are you like, you have like a severe mental illness. You're like an actual mental wreck. If you're like, you see what, people complaining about white people killing a black person when it happens, and you're like, they're blaming me. They're blaming me. Huh? What?
So anyways, guys, I guess let's just talk about something else. I think there's this whole narrative going on social media that I've talked about for a very long time, which is white people bad. You hear that all the fucking time. White guilt. Guys, white people get guilted the most for slavery when there is still slaves today. We've abolished slavery like 160, 180 fucking years ago.
Like, this is just like a retarded narrative as well. White people get guilted the most for slavery. No, the reason why slavery gets brought up so much is because it's obviously hugely relevant to where black people are at in America. Because it's, you know, because there was this whole period of like a huge amount of time where they had no property, no rights, like, you know, nothing. Well, all white people who, you know, typically, generally, people stick to their own race and, you know, have kids within their own race and have marriages within their own race and pass wealth down through their own race. See, that white people that whole time had all this time to build up a bunch of wealth, a bunch of resources, all these institutions, while black people were out picking cotton, you know? That's the point that's being made. That's why slavery gets brought up. Not to make you feel bad, Tectone. It's to make you feel personally bad. You have to sit there and cry tears for all the slaves about them kind of being in a worse starting point. A little bit unfairly. You know? That's what this point is being made there, Tectone.
Right? You know who abolished slavery?
Very abstract thinking. Very difficult for Texans, I'm noticing. Texans and abstract thinking. Not really going together very well.
White people abolished slavery. We are the ones who fought for the abolishment of slavery, yet white people are the ones who are guilty the most for it. And I'm just growing very tired of the white guilt. I am. I'm exhausted of it. I'm tired of feeling bad for something that I never did. I'm tired of feeling bad for a recollection of history that isn't being recited properly to the youth. And I think that's fucking insane. By the way, I don't know if anybody can relate to this. When I was taught history, and this is why my history, in case you haven't noticed, I'm retarded when it comes to history. I thought World War II was in the fucking 1800s. Okay, the schooling system was a joke. And by the way, up until 6th grade, I was a straight A student. And then through 8th grade, I was a C student. And then from 9th through 12th, I cheated through school. But regardless, by the time you're in the 8th grade, you'd expect to be taught when the fucking World War II was, properly. But when I was raised as a kid, I was told that America and white people were the only people to have slaves. And I find it insane how the more I look into history, the more...
Literally, who told you that? Literally, who the fuck told you that? This guy is like next level fucking retarded, man. Why would you even believe that? Why would you even think that? You're dumb as fuck if you believed that. You've only just started realizing that was untrue. You've only just started realizing that, like, Middle Eastern countries still have slaves now. Yeah, it's taught. Yeah, I feel like it's always taught that Africans enslaved their own as well. Africans enslaved their own and sold them to the white man. The white man. Like, no, this is true. They did this in American schools. Okay, well, literally nobody else is saying that's the case. So show me a source. Okay, if you're going to claim that. If you're going to say it's standard or in any way common that it's taught in American schools that only white people had slaves, then show me any source for that. Because you're the only you and this subhuman are the only people claiming that. So,
the more I look into politics, the more I realize how much a lie everything is. I think it's absolutely insane. I just hear everything that's going on, where George Floyd died, and we've been hearing about this for year after year after year. And I just believe that this Irina death will be nothing more than a fad. Everyone will want to move past about her and forget about her when she died doing absolutely nothing wrong.
Wow.
Because on the internet, you really can't complain about shit if you're white.
Guys, you actually have to spend all of your time thinking about like one person dying, one isolated murder on public transport. Guys, we have to remember this forever. This one person who died on public transport. We have to remember this forever. Okay, it's really important to remember this forever. And if anyone disrespects it, you're disgusting. Yeah, I orbit Asmongold, who said that if you have genocide baked into your culture, then you should be genocided. Yeah, I orbit that guy. Yeah, I cock-ride that guy. What do you mean? Just like so far, it's beyond parody. There is like no perspective. There is no analysis. It is literally, hot white girl die. Me really mad. Me really mad now. Hot white girl die. Me really mad. That's the whole political analysis. It's so fucking lame. True, seriously, it's like the most degenerate low IQ shit in the world.
I'm just being completely honest. It's a little bit crazy. I mean, I'm in a space where it is majorly dominated by Chinese Asian people in the gacha space, when I was a part of the gacha space. And people say white people can't experience racism. That's crazy because I started off my career
anti-white racism in the gacha space. Oh my god.
By the Arknights community devs telling the fan base to not watch me because I was white and to support Chinese people.
Did that happen?
I was raised in a lower class family my entire life. I was handed nothing in this world. I got one job at Steak and Shake because I got Diamond in League of Legends and I put that on my resume. And I was homeless for a good chunk of my life. And I just find it ridiculous what's going on in the world right now. And
Round Eye, a good Round Eye Guilo.
I'm very disgusted. And I just feel, and sorry, this is all over the place. I don't really ever plan to make a video like this, but I've been bothered about this shit for like 3 days. I mean, okay, despite everything, I'm doing quite well right now, but
no watch. Wow.
You know, okay, obviously, I see this woman and I realize this could be someone I cared about. I don't really know Irina as a person, but knowing that she was just an innocent woman that was stabbed made me think about how many other innocent women are being stabbed for no other reason.
Not that many. When you look at the statistics, really, like almost none. Like it's incredibly rare. Like almost none, Tectone. Like it doesn't happen. This is like this is the one instance they've got. That's why you're running. That's why it's been replayed on Twitter for the whole last week. It really doesn't happen.
And I find that fucking outrageous. This isn't a video, because there's a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon to hate on black people. This isn't one of those videos.
Of course.
This is a video saying that our system of America is broken. When a dog bites someone multiple times, you euthanize them.
Jeez.
If someone commits multiple crimes, if they're a repeat offender, execute them.
For nuisance 911 calls, guys.
I will be real. I have a sister who is a repeat offender.
Nuisance 911 call. Cop responds to the call and just fucking shoots you on the spot.
What, like 7th, 8th grade? And when I saw her, she robbed me. She took my money and she robbed me. I have no love in my heart at all for her. I mean, to be honest, I don't really have much love for any member of my family these days. It's a shame.
Yeah, true. Wait, Iron Mike's a repeat offender. Iron Mike's a repeat sexual assaulter. Iron Mike's a repeat sexual harasser and assaulter. You know what, Tectone? I can get behind this. I can get behind this. 14 counts, I believe. 14 counts of sexual harassment and assault. It's worth considering. Tectone's dad being euthanized when he was 15. Howard, how do you felt about that?
Maybe my brother. But other than that, I'm not really close with anyone like I once was. Obviously, I find more shit things about my family every day, and I'm just trying to do my best and move forward from that. But I don't believe that I should be held responsible for what my family members do, nor have I brought any family member on my stream once I have found out any of the information about them that, you know, came to light recently. I believe that our system is broken, and I believe something needs to change.
Okay, man.
Because seeing more innocent people die like this for merely the color of their skin is disgusting. And I don't feel just bad for the white people. Damn, bro, is that like not a...
Like, shouldn't die for the color of her skin. She died because it was like pure wrong place, wrong time shit. Like, unfortunately, you sat down in front of the insane black schizophrenic on the bus who believed that his actions were controlled by government devices and was on the brink of a mental breakdown because his life has been spiraling out. He's had no mental health care for the last 20 years. Yeah, unfortunately, drew the short straw. You sat down in public transport in front of that guy. Fucked up, insanely fucked up. Literally nothing you could have done about it. Literally, it's just fucked. There was not a recent crime that he should have been in jail for. Yeah, something needs to change. Gives no prescription whatsoever. Exactly, right? I'm really angry. Something needs to change. The system's broken because there was a murder in a country of 350 million people. Because I saw one murder video in a country of 350 million people. Something has to change. This whole system's broken. All right, man. Okay.
Fucking sign from God. That is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Holy shit. What is that? That's gorgeous. I thought that was the shine off my bald head, but I guess not. Thoughts and prayers go to the family of Irina. May God have mercy on her soul. I hope her family can find peace with what happened. And to DeCarlos Brown, the man who killed her, I believe America should bring back public executions just for you. And if not, you killed a Ukrainian resident.
What a useful prescription. Wow, Tectone, what a useful prescription. Wow, Tectone, what a useful prescription. See, the reason... They just stopped doing public executions because of people's feelings. What people don't tell you is public executions are actually have a really high level of deterrence. That's proven in many studies. They just, these liberals just are too woke, and they just got rid of public executions for no reason whatsoever. Even though they're like super effective and super cost effective, and they're just an amazing idea. They're actually just an amazing policy, and we got rid of them for absolutely no reason, Tectone. Wow. Well, this totally isn't just grievance politics at all. That is just pure grievance politics, lashing out at some fucking schizo black dude because you're angry about a video of a murder you saw. Oh, we should just, like, kill people. We should, like, kill people. Such a fucking loser. Truly such a fucking loser.
In Ukraine, and they'll deal with you in any way they see fit. This is disgusting. This is a sad day for humanity. And, yeah, those are my thoughts. To any political commentator who is... reacting to my content live on stream because you don't know what to talk about when me and Asmongold aren't around. Do you
crying like a bitch.
Hey, Dennis,
dude, he actually hates the idea of people reacting to his fucking political content. Dude. Holy fuck.
Mike from PA, you missed us yet? I'll be back soon. Wow. Soon. I can't wait to get back to making content for you guys. Hopefully you guys don't think that I'm a Nazi because I believe that bad people should be punished. And I feel like, this white guilt shit needs to stop.
Oh, my God.
But who knows? Maybe we'll call me an alt-right grifter again and call me a Nazi.
You are a grifter. You are grifting. This is grifting. This is like blatant grifting. You are like one of the most dishonest, soulless, raped individuals on the fucking face of planet Earth. It's truly despicable. Absolute fucking lowlife. Truly disgusting. Bottom of the barrel.
You're far wrong.
And such it can't be overstated how much of a worthless fucking pussy this guy is as well. He wants to act so fucking tough. And he wants to act like, oh, the only thing I can't talk about is my rape case. That's the only thing I can't talk about because of the law enforcement stuff going on. But I'm going to own everyone when I can talk about it. Bro, you can talk about your politics anytime. You have had plenty of options to talk to people about your politics, to back up your ideas, and you act like a complete fucking coward. You are just a total fucking pussy coward and will never, ever actually face anyone on it.
Jesus. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm gonna get back to playing Silk Song. Probably see me tweaking the fuck out on Twitter. Or trolling motherfuckers. Oh my god. Bro, there is so many, there's a word. You know what? I could probably say I don't do that. There's a bunch of on Twitter, man. They're
no, Tectone isn't like a Nazi. Nazi is like a way more coherent thing. He isn't a Nazi, obviously. He's like a grievance politics grifter. He's like got this is literally the archetypal like wretched degenerate fucking soulless pervert mindset. Just absolute soulless, disgusting pervert mindset of just like you're obsessed with porn, you're obsessed with he's obsessed with Shotacon, obviously he's obsessed with gay Shotacon. Furry porn. He likes, obviously, pictures and videos of little anime boys getting their assholes blown open by dogs. That's what Tectone likes. Obviously, he has this deranged, disgusting pervert mind. From trauma too. He has a disgusting pervert mind. And this is it. It's like his whole political ideology is built off of a psychosexual obsession. It's built off of these psychosexual fantasies of, like, women being by black people, women being by black people, women being by brown people, women being by... It's just... And that is what built... The whole rest of the politics builds out from there. It builds out from... And then there's, like, the other parts of it where it's, like, wanting to subdue women yourself. Like, that's part of it. So it's like, you know, there's just numerous aspects here. But you can see, fundamentally, every political position he holds can be traced back to just being a wretched, low-life, degenerate pervert. And that's where it's all built out from. And it's just everything he says betrays that. It all just betrays that without even realizing it.
Everywhere, bro. I found this guy with a trans flag, a Ukraine flag, a Palestinian flag, and a watermelon flag in their bio. And it was unironic. It was unironic. And it was like, yeah, I'm fucking neurodivergent. Yeah, buddy, we can all tell. If you haven't seen the tweet yet, you got to check it out. My Twitter game is fucking fire right now. I hope you will like this video. And let me know what you all think. I think it's a very sad day for humanity. Not just for white people, not just for black people. I believe that this situation will be fueled, or will be fuel to the vitriol towards race wars once again, which is a shame. I just believe that, one, statistics are pretty interesting when you look at them.
Dude,
two,
like, what? It's going to be fueled towards race wars, which is a shame, but I think statistics are pretty interesting when you look at them. You're not even good at dog whistling. You suck at it. You suck at it because you're a low IQ fucking raped pervert. And you will never be able to engage in abstract thought, long-term thinking, second-order thought. It's just not something you're fucking capable of because you're a stupid, bald, aging pervert. And you literally are incapable of honing any kind of political rhetoric. It's just the immediate... Well, statistics are interesting. Bro, everyone knows you're just talking about black crime statistics. Why even do the bot? Why even do this shit? Why even do this shit? Why not just support a race war? Is it just for TOS? Is that it? Is it just for TOS? Because you're not subtle at all. Like, you just want to be Sam Hyde. You want to be part of the Sam Hyde gang. Why don't you all just go get guns, meet up, and just go do it? Just go. Nothing's stopping you. You got so much money. So many resources. Nothing's stopping you. But you don't want to do that. You want a pussy, bitch, hide in your fucking mansion, post about it on the internet. Just the lamest shit in the world. It's just disgusting. This guy is seriously like one of the most low-life people alive right now.
The vitriol towards race wars once again, which is a shame. I just believe that, one, statistics are pretty interesting when you look at them. Two, I believe you should never let your guard down ever. People call me a paranoid man. I like to use the word hypervigilant. And three, there's probably some other bullshit thing that I could drop, but I'm too pissed off to remember what it was. So just pretend like I said something fucking groundbreaking right here. Whatever. I'm done. Hope to get back to streaming soon. Miss you guys.
Yeah, he's got gyno as well.
This is a message from your angry grandpa.
Yeah, he's got fucking gyno.
Getting a new tattoo here.
Dude, he actually has gyno.
I'll post a photo of it on Twitter later. I'm out. Bye.
Dude, look.
Miss you guys. Hope you're doing well. And this is a message from
your
angry
look at his
grandpa.
tits, man. He's got fucking gyno.
Getting a new tattoo here tomorrow, by the way. I'll probably post a photo of it on Twitter later. I'm out. Bye.
Then the arms are flabby as fuck, too. You see, he just broke a new PR. He's got flabby ass arms and gyno, and he's breaking PRs. All right, buddy. All right, man. Okay. Well, that's the Tectone videos.